Kong now for 5 years, transferred here from our Australian business. And I'd say a lot's really changed during that time. Look, we've been here in Hong Kong for 23 years as an organisation. Pleased to say the last 3 years have been our best years ever, which I think is a very good sign for how many placements we're making in Hong Kong. And it just shows how much activity is actually going on here. But it's changed. If I go back to when I first arrived, I remember just this huge group of expats that existed here on what you'd call genuine expat contracts. So sign-on bonuses, housing allowances, schooling allowances, and a salary premium at that as well. That market really doesn't exist anymore for executive positions. So a small amount of those individuals transitioned to local contracts here in Hong Kong, but the large proportion of those individuals actually left to return to their home country. Another change I've noted is really this heightened demand for individuals and professionals with trilingual language capabilities: English, Cantonese and Mandarin. And what we're seeing is, let me give you an example. Say there was a role of a sales director that we used to recruit, and that sales director used to be responsible for Hong Kong and Macau territories. China is now being added to their portfolio as a territory they're responsible for. So naturally they need individuals that they can sell to that market. Very pleased to say contracting has arrived in Hong Kong. It really didn't exist 5 years ago. And it's grown significantly over the last 3 years in particular. Look, this space has been led and driven by a lot of the international investment banks. And you've got now a number of large corporates, non-banking, that are starting to follow. And what you've got is it's creating a huge degree of flexibility in the workforce. In particular, it's also providing the new generation of millennials an opportunity to try a role before they commit on a longer term basis. And look, for me, the final biggest change is probably in what I'd call the pulse of Hong Kong, which is the financial services sector. 5 years ago, it used to be all the European and the US international investment banks dominating the recruitment scene with huge recruitment activity, big salaries, etc. That's really quietened down within the international investment banking space. So what we've seen on the converse is this emergence in two areas. Firstly, Chinese banks and asset management firms offering very aggressive bonus upside potentials on salaries. And you're seeing great talented individuals from the investment banking community actually moving across to that now. The second thing we've seen within the financial services world is this emergence of insurance. I use the word insurance has become cool. Huge renewal, change, transformation projects going on within this space with all the big players. And again, they're attracting great talent to come and work with them and really take insurance through the next phase of growth. Very customer focused and very change projects. So gosh, a lot's really happened in the last 5 years.